Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to our lessons. Today, I'd like to share with you something that is common in our daily life when we address someone and we want to talk about something that we do, or to talk about someone who did something. That's a way of speaking, in everyday English language. But sometimes we would like to talk about something that happened. Not something that somebody did, but something that happened to somebody. And we all have a lot of happenings every day. That's the distinction between two types of forms in the construction of the sentence itself, and mainly the verb. The form of the verb can be in an active form, which is called active voice, or it can be in a passive form, which is called passive voice. Things are going to be clearer with the following example. If I say, Tom does the homework. This is example 1. Example 2. The homework is done by Tom. In the first sentence, the subject is Tom, of course. This is the subject. The verb is verb to do in the simple present. That's the verb. And the homework is the object. Subject, verb, object. The meaning here is that Tom, who is the subject in the construction, he is the doer of the verb, the doer of the action. He does the action of to do. So he is the doer. He does the action of the verb. The homework, which is the object in the construction, this part of the sentence receives the action of to do, the action that Tom does. So Tom does the action and the homework receives the action. So this is the object and this is the subject, and at the same time it's the doer of the action. Second example, the subject is the homework. This is the subject. The verb is done. This is the verb. If we look at this sentence and we try to find out the doer, where is the doer? Is it the subject like the first one? Of course not. The doer is Tom. But here, the subject is not the doer. The subject receives the action. And Tom does the action. This construction, in which the subject receives the action of the verb, is called passive voice. So the verb is in the passive. Unlike the first one, which is in the active voice. That means the verb is in the active form. If I change the tense and I say Tom is doing. Or Tom is playing. I prefer the first one is better. Or let's say Tom is eating a cake. Tom is eating a cake. We have subject. We have verb is eating, verb to eat in the present continuous or present progressive. A cake is the object that receives the action of to eat. And Tom is the doer who does the action of to eat. Like here we have the doer. Here also Tom is the one who is doing this action. This sentence is in the active voice. If I try to change it into the passive, it becomes a cake. That means the object will take the place of the subject. Sorry, a cake, it's not the cake. We have no right to change the article. A cake is eaten by Tom. So Tom, which was the subject, takes the place of the object. So it's like this. Here, the verb, the active verb, is in the simple present. So in the passive, which is made of two parts, we have the auxiliary of verb to be plus the past participle, which is the rule. To be plus the past participle of the verb. That's the rule of the passive voice. Verb to be plus the past participle. Verb to be should be in the same tense of the original active verb. Does here is simple present. That's why I said is. I didn't say will be or is being or have been or was or were. No, is done. Same thing here. If you note something that is not okay, congratulations, because you are following the video. Here, the active sentence, Tom is eating a cake. The tense of the verb here is present continuous. So, in the passive sentence, which is this one, the auxiliary of verb to be should be also in the same tense, which is the present continuous. A cake is eaten. Eaten is the past participle, and is verb to be. But as we said, verb to be should be in the same tense of the active verb, and the active verb here is in the present continuous. So verb to be should be in the present continuous. Is not present continuous. So the right answer is being. I'm going to rewrite this part. And this is the subject, a cake. So we have a cake is being eaten by Tom. Is being is verb to be in the simple, in the present continuous, and eaten is the past participle of verb to eat. A cake is being eaten by Tom. If I say Tom will eat a cake, A cake will be eaten by Tom. If I say Tom has eaten, present perfect, has eaten a cake has been eaten by Tom. So we keep the same tense with the auxiliary of verb to be. And this is the rule: to be in the same tense of the active verb plus the past participle of the original verb. This is how we make the passive voice. Thank you for listening.